Hello students, welcome to the EVS online class. Today we will start a new chapter, that is chapter 3, and the chapter name is soil. Before we start the actual topic, first we have to learn about the earth's layer. Our earth is made up of both fluid and solid components. From this picture you can see that is the center part of the earth is known as core. The fluid components of the earth are present here. There are two portions, that is the innermost part is known as inner core. This is the inner core, here you can see it. This is the inner core, that means which is represented by the yellow color, and after that the part, this portion is known as the outer core. Cores are central fluid containing areas. Above cores there is mantle. So this portion is the mantle. This part is known as the mantle. Okay. Substances of mantle are usually in molten state above the outer core. Above the mantle there is crust. So here you can see the surface of the earth. It is known as the crust. This crust is the outermost solid zone which is made of rocks. Now we have to learn about the rock. What is rock? A rock is the component of earth's crust made of minerals that are closely packed due to high temperature and pressure. A rock gives birth to soil under special circumstances. In this chapter, we will learn about soil. Today, we will discuss about the definition of soil and the different types of soil. So first we have to learn about the definition, that means what is soil. Soils are complex mixture of minerals, water, air, organic matter and countless organisms that are the decaying remains of once living things. It forms at the surface of land. It is the skin of the earth. Soil is capable of supporting plant life and it is vital to all the life form on earth. Soil is a dynamic system which supports life, which is formed due to mixing of fine rock particles and nutrients, including dead remains of plant and animals. Soil is called as a dynamic system because various types of physical, chemical and biological activities go on regularly in it. It is a system because it is made of different components that live and act together. Rocks of crust are continuously subjected to mechanical, chemical and biological action. As a result, they are broken down into finer particles during long period of time. The process of breaking up of rocks into finer particles is known as weathering. There are different factors which are responsible for weathering of rocks. As for example, here you can see that how sun plays an important role for weathering of the rock. During the daytime, due to the heat of the sun, the rock expanded, and in the night time it contracts. As a result of that, cracks are formed and ultimately the rocks broken into the smaller particles. In the next picture you can see that is the water also plays an important role in the weathering of rock. Due to the water current, the rocks of the at the base of the water bodies and at the side they are broken into small parts. In this picture you can see that how rocks are eroded and washed away by wind and water. The weathered out fine particles get mixed with dead remains of plant and animals and with their excretory materials to form soil. The process of soil formation is known as pedogenesis. Now we will learn about types of soil. Soil can be classified on the basis of two categories. They are size of particles and on the basis of origin of soil. On the basis of size of particles, soil can be classified into three major types. They are sandy soil, clayey soil and loamy soil. A soil having loosely packed large sized particles is called as sand. This type of soil remains dry most of the time. This is because it cannot hold water. That means they have less water holding capacity. Clay soil is made up of particles of very small size. Those particles remain compactly arranged. It is sticky and cohesive when wet. It can hold greater quantity of water. Loamy soil is made due to mixing of clay, silt and sand. A compact soil made up of rather small sized particle as compared to sand is called as silt. Now we will learn about the different types of soil on the basis of its origin. On the basis of origin, soil are classified into following major groups. They are residual soil, transported soil and mountainous soil. The soil which is formed due to weathering of rocks and is found adjacent to those rocks is called as residual soil. This soil is basically composed of mineral particles of different size. On the basis of presence of mineral components, the residual soil is further divided into red soil, black soil and laterite soil. Red soil is red in color due to the presence of oxides of iron in it. Besides iron, it contains potassium in good quantities. The black soil is made up of ash and lava that come out during volcanic eruptions. This soil contains aluminium, iron, calcium and magnesium in good amounts, but it lacks phosphorus and nitrogen. This soil is suitable for the cultivation of cotton crops. The laterite soil is formed due to weathering of open parts of rocks. It is red-yellow in color. It contains hydrogenous oxides of iron and aluminium. This laterite soil is usually acidic, hence unfit for the growth of plants. Now we will learn about transported soil. From the name you can understand that this soil is transported through gravity, flowing water, wind or glacier from one place and deposited on some other place. This soil has further been put into 4 different categories on the basis of mode of its transport. Those 4 different categories are colluvial soil, alluvial soil, sandy soil and glacial soil. Colluvial soil is formed due to deposit of soil in low areas due to landslides. Okay. Alluvial soil is formed due to deposits of particles contained in water of fast water currents. This soil often contains different layers and this is principally composed of fine rounded particles. The soil which is made of sand particles deposited by wind at a certain place is known as sandy soil. Only the desert plants like the xerophytic plants can grow in this type of soil. Some soils are formed due to deposits of particles through glaciers. Those soils are known as glacial soils. Now we will discuss about the mountainous soil. The soil which is found on mountains, hill slopes, cliffs and valleys is known as mountain soil. This type of soil is basically composed of pebbles, clay, shale and limestone. The lower part of the soil is usually calcareous in nature. This soil is found in northeast Himalayan regions of our country. So students, these are the different types of soil. Now it is the time to give you the home assignment. Today in your home assignment you have to write the answer of these following two questions. The first question is, why is soil called as a dynamic system? And the second question is, what do you mean by weathering? That is, what is weathering? So children, you have to write down this answer. Please read the topic from your book. In the next class, we will discuss about the importance of soil. So today this much. Thank you all.